Well, some of you had the, I guess, privilege of watching me plow with this Super C and the C20 plow. And what I did before that was put the 12.4s on there over the 11.2s. Now this wheel was perfectly adjusted from dead center. Let me show you. From dead center PTO shaft to the inside of the 11.2 was 25.5 inches, and it turned perfect. Okay, now when you add the extra footprint, wider footprint, it needs adjusted out more. And I would say probably 2 inches would do it, 3 for sure. And if you watch that video, you could see there were times where I wasn't taking a full cut because the wider footprint and the lack of adjustment here. The other option is you got to keep this right tight against the furrow wall. And for the most part, that's not possible. You know, there's other things you're worrying about. I mean, you need to be able to, you know, have that maybe 2-3 inch variance. And without adjusting this, I'm not going to have it. But I say probably 3 inches for just good measure. And she'd be plowing. And then somebody was like, well, you know, bigger footprint, you're losing torque. Hey, come on, dude. Come on, dude, an inch and, well, one point, you know, 12.4 versus an 11.2. I mean, how much torque are you losing on it's a 25 horsepower tractor. You know, I didn't notice the torque. I noticed the traction because these aren't loaded and I don't have rear wheel weights. If I did both, there's no spinach, and there were times where I was taking it pretty deep, man, and I should be cutting a 7-inch furrow with this. But yeah, I just wanted to do a mini update. And a while back I did a video comparison of this mower. This is, I think, an F43. I don't know, there might be some other, there's the tag there, I'm not even gonna look. But anyways, let's just call it the rear fast hitch mower versus the belly mower. I mean, same concept, 42 inch. And you know what did a better job? Well, I can tell you they both did pretty much the same job. What do I like better? I like the belly mower better because as you're sitting there, you can just look down and watch your depth. Just hydraulic, you know, touch control right here. And you can just inch it back and forth as needed. This you have to look back. And you got to go, okay, how low am I? How high am I? That's the only difference, though, is if you don't mind looking back, and this is cool, then this is your mower. If you know, you want something underneath where you can just look down and have everything in front of you, and the other cub's your mower, the dual cub. Well, here's the 756 gas, 1968 style, and I haven't made a video of this tractor in 2 years. Mainly because last year I got the 826, and I just ran. Not even going to try to pretend like it was another reason, but right now I want to get the arms, the adapter arms on the back of this fast hitch and put on the quick hitch. Let's go, let's show. Well, I just checked it. I'm a gallon low on high tran, so high tran it is, and I'm going to dump her on in. Let's do a regulators mount up. I did not do a pre-start on this, so if it starts, it starts. If it don't, well, I'll have to make it start. The old tombstone seat. Got the worn out arms. I was going to replace this when I first got this tractor. These were running about 450 bucks brand new. And then by the time I got around to it a couple years later, they were about 750 bucks brand new. And definitely got cobwebs and stuff. Let's see what we got going on here. I don't know, it's about 80 degrees, may not need choke. Let's see. We're in neutral. Look at the cobwebs. I mean, this thing just hadn't ran, man. Oil's good. We're good on high tran. We're hot. Let's see. There you go. I don't think the battery's very charged. When it rolls kind of weak like that, battery needs charged up. Little over half a tank there. I put a new sending unit in this a few years ago, I couldn't stand not knowing what I had in the tank. Down a little bit. Some of you are going to remember at that auction I went to, I was down toward Pittsburgh, and I won these. It's got the category 2 and 1 option here, and I got to spray this, get that rolling. But yeah, I figure I'd throw the quick hitch on here, the category 2 quick hitch. I got a cheap Cat 2 top link, that's just a Tractor Supply special, which that'll work. But it makes it nice. I've done this in the past, and for anything 3-point, like a 3 or a 4 bottom 3-point hitch plow, you just back up, snap up, close the handles down, and you're good, man. Works real nice. And also, for the record, you don't have to use the quick hitch on here. I mean, most applications this would work. Just set up just like this for 3-point. You can see they flare out. That's what you need. I've only ever seen one other set of these for sale at auction, and when I saw these about a year and a half later, I was not coming home with them. I mean, just nice to have. I mean, all the stuff, I don't even have anything 3-point yet, but in the event that I get something, I want to be able to use it. And, you know, maybe the 826 is tied up or whatever. This is going to allow that to take place. Of course, I got it turned around. These things ain't too heavy. I don't know, maybe 50, 60 pounds-ish. And, but yeah, this is the very one I used, and you can see how dirty it is. Well, that's because I haven't used it in a while. It's been in the barn, but I don't know. I mean, I've got enough fast hitch stuff. I really don't need to, but I'm going to. This one here, I got this one pinned. This one's giving me all kinds of fits. It's just off enough, you know. Just enough. I hate to pound that thing on there. I really do. There too. Yeah, in order for this to work, I'd have to grind a little piece out of that arm, and I'm not willing to do it. So, yeah, this'll work nice on the 826. This is how it's going to work. And we'll just have these for this tractor in case there is. I just wanted to know. And get her off of there. It's just, it flares out too much. What it needs is to come out like this. They have ones that have hinges on the end here, and those are the little bit nicer ones, but oh, cut my hand. Nice. That'll probably get me a channel strike. Who knows? Well, I could definitely force it on there. Grind just a little bit out right here. And I do have that ball turning freely now, but it's just not worth it to me. This will do just about the same thing as the quick hitch, so I'm going to put the quick hitch on the 826. Well, I started painting these, the M&W 3-ring hubs, and I got more paint on the way. I couldn't find the Oliver White, so I used this. It'll be good enough. It's satin Dover White, and I got 2 more cans on the way, so yep, I'll be slapping those on there. I gotta find the studs. What size studs those are? These are the bigger ones. I think those are 3 1/4 hubs. But they have all the studs on there. And I bought those for the at that one prototype sale. But these came without. As I've got another set of these too, and they don't have them either. But I'll figure it out. Well, and speaking of such, I still have more disking to do. We might do some of that today. I want to check the coolant, make sure we're still good there. I don't see any runs, leaks, drips, or errors under it, but I still want to check. But yeah, the 826. This was my setup for the Stony Ridge Farmer live stream that I did, and yeah, I think this tractor would actually, it would behoove me to set this up. Got some hydraulic fluid leaking out, and that's just from, you know, basically pushing and pulling hoses in and out. Rust prevention program. But yeah, let's get this over there and get the quick hitch attached to this. The regulators mount up. What are we regulating? Well, by now you should know. If you're new to the channel, we're essentially regulating all green movement. Yeah, this is a good starting tractor here. Somebody's like, oh, you started at full throttle? Oh, I don't know. Does that look like full throttle to you? Just funny. Neutral. Fire in the hole. Yep, whole half throttle. Thing about this tractor, I got it a little over a year ago, and I have not done a full service on it. I've checked fluids, but I have not changed fluids. I did the motor oil and filter. I did the air filter, fuel filters. Those need changed again. So does the oil. Not based on the amount of hours, but based on how the oil looked when I did change it. I need to do a complete rear end flush. I do have the filter for that. And that's your filter spot right there. But yeah, I just need to take my time and go over it. I did get the longer oil filter, which is why I'm kind of in a hurry to get the other one on there and stuff. I may change this out. These are not a cheap date. The oil cooler itself, I think, gosh, is it about $1,200 for a new one? I don't know. You guys tell me, but I think that was the price. I do remember. I just want the tractor right. That's all. And there's no guarantee that they're running high-tran in this rear end at all. But there is a guarantee that I will run high-tran in it. I think it's 22 gallons to fill, so it's going to be five 5-gallon buckets. And that's going to run me probably, I don't know, I'm going to just say, throw a number out there, $550. And then, of course, plus the filter. So you got about a $600 rear end flush. And that's why most guys don't do it. It's, you know, maintenance of a machine like this isn't always a cheap date. It can be if you're just, you know, maybe changing the engine oil or something like that. But if you're going to do a full service on these things, it's not cheap. But hey, man, it's what I signed up for. There we go. Actually, in there. There we go. One side pinned. That's up. Other side pinned. Like in wrestling, they used to say pin to win. I disagree. I'll take a 1-point win. Pin if you can. Alright. Get on out of there. Get another pin for right up top here. I'll have to go to the barn and get that. Faux show. This ain't going anywhere. This top link's a replica, IH original. You want this straight, basically perpendicular, 90 degrees, but I will do that. And I know this isn't the correct top link pin, but I buy these just for this because I like it with a handle on top, or on whatever side, not on top. Yep, that'll work perfect. Like I say, when it comes to, I mean, that's looking at it from the side, that's pretty close to being, yeah, that's perpendicular about right there. I like it. So I'll leave this on here. If I get anything 3-point, like, oh, I don't know, let's say a 4-bottom 450 International plow, like I knew where there was one for sale at one time, and man, that's an example of not haste making waste, because it was gone quick. But yeah, you wanna open these up before you, I mean, sometimes I just back right in, lock in, no problem, but to disconnect, you just do that right there. The lever's on top. I haven't used this thing in years, probably 10, 11 years since I've used it. And when I did use it, it was on the back of a 656. I don't know what these run anymore. This is just an off-brand basic Cat 2 quick hitch. I think back then in, say, 2014, about 4 years before I started my channel, they were running about 150 bucks. I wouldn't doubt if they've doubled by then to 300. I'll go look. I just looked. This is not the cheap version, like the Harbor Freight type version. These Titans, they're going right around 450, 460. Good gravy. That's 11 years. And you can see I got the chisel plow hooked back up to it, and this isn't even in the way, really. Hoses above. You know, if it calls for 8-foot distance, I always go 10, 12 anyways. When I raise that up, there's still slack in it. I've had a few ask over the past couple weeks, when am I going to get the 400 out, the 56 400? And soon that is. I've got a 12-volt conversion kit coming. I am going to go alternator, just the exact same conversion I did on the SMTA is what this is going to get. And I am probably going to put a Charlin power steering unit on this as well. And then it'll be set. And I don't know, once I'm peeled down, I'm going to look at other stuff. Maybe I do the manifold. I don't know. I'm sure it hasn't been changed in ages, but that's the story with this, is I'm just waiting on a kit. And it should be here soon. I generally don't do maintenance videos. If I do a maintenance video, know this, I'm not expecting views. It's more for my log, like Captain Stardate type log, that I can refer back to. What day was that? When was this? And it, you know, I know it's within a day or two of doing it that I uploaded the video normally. So that's the story with the 400. Waiting on a kit. Now this tractor, when I got it, I did do a full service on it. Everything. Rear end. I did the MCV pump. That was bad in it. I don't know, is that a new model? I can't remember everything, but I know I did a full service on it for sure. The guy bought this off out in Indiana, was a sheep farmer, basically used this for hay, and he was honest with me. He's like, dude, I haven't touched it. I'm like, okay. So I at least know that when I get it here, I have to touch it and go through it all. And I did. New sediment bowl assembly, all fluids and filters were changed on this thing. Right on down to the spark plugs. I run Autolite 386s and the 6 cylinders. They seem to work pretty good. I got 18 434s on here. I think that might have been factory. Probably when I got it, it was 16 9s. And they're okay. I mean, if you're just haying, no big deal. But, oh, I did just about everything with this. 4 bottom, 3 bottom, called a mulch. I think I even disked with it a couple times. Last year, did the lifter gasket here, had this plate off, painted it. But it's just a good old girl, you know, and you can see here there's the loop for the bypass of the clutch safety switch. That was done before I got it, and I do have a safety switch. I just can't bring myself to put it on there because I actually kind of like just sitting down, putting it in neutral and firing the thing up. But overall, for a gasser, it's been a pretty good tractor for me. Yeah, it drinks. It drinks. I've heard of 706s drinking more. I'm not sure how that would be accomplished with the 263 or this is the 291 and the later ones. About the same year they started putting the German 310s in the 706s is about the same year they started putting the gas 291s in those same tractors. So you could say this is basically, you know, a relabeled late model 706 gas. Yeah, the Calda mulcher's in the weeds, the old Kiwani. I got a truck tire there and a new tire there. But you never know. I mean, like, I use this thing once a year, but I always make sure it's a bear to hook up. And so I always make sure I'm tongue level with the 756 so I can back right into it, easy peasy. If not, I mean, I've had to come out here and use a jack, a floor jack, just to get it off the ground high enough to hook up. And, you know, they're like, oh, yeah, just hook the hydraulic hoses up first and then lift it that way. It's like, yeah, that doesn't always work either. But, yeah, I'll get this thing hooked up. It's got a job. Definitely like to make sure these are clean. I guess I will sacrifice my shirt. Well, there she blows out of the weeds. I've been kind of waiting for the paint to flake itself off so I can color this correct. Kiwani shouldn't be green. It's like I believe it's an off red, but somebody must have really liked them some John Deere and painted this green and yellow. Last year I come in and put all new shovels on here, and what a difference that made. Did a really nice job, does a really nice job. There's one bearing that's getting but if I'm going to drop it down and fix one, I'm going to fix them all. Might as well. Oh, now we could call these the Tillage brothers, both gas. 54, 68, 14 years difference. And did they come a long way in 14 years? Just a lot. And fun tractor to operate, not highly economical, you know, with gas prices the way they are, but yeah, it's fun. And that's fun too. This is where the video's gonna end. I'm gonna get back on the Super MTA and disc more, get it disced up, so we can get the 756 out next for Calda mulcher, leveling everything out. I'll see you then.